went into work today and my boss said, "Good morning, have a good day." So I went home. Been working from home because he said, "Have a good day." Yeah. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. We're gonna try out the Valobra soap today. So I've got it here. Haven't used it. Valobra unscented soap with ingredients. Maybe you can read. I think maybe these aren't manufactured very much anymore. Comes with a protective lid, which is usually put in place to conserve the scent. But this is unscented, so it doesn't smell anything. But that's a nice looking soap pack, isn't it? It's a bit loose in the container, so I'm toying with the idea of grating it down and I'm putting a bit of scent to it. But we'll see. I'm flipping it over just in case I want to keep it like this. Put the nice part to the bottom. That may get glued into unrecognizable shape, who knows, but we'll keep it like that for the time being. Brush is Grey Dog's Full Moon Synthetic. Nice to use a synthetic first time you try out the soap, or at least I like that, because then it's more control, less surprise. Razor is the Baba razor from Japan. Now take it, the plant's still here, apparently. I don't know if you can see in what condition that razor is, but it's really, it's mint. So for barber's use, first quality, Baba Swedish steel. So just put a fingerprint on there. We don't want those, taking that away. See if you can see that. Can you now? Swedish steel. Anyway, and there is a sticker on the razor, on the scales. So cool. We're doing that. Gonna get face wet a little bit. Get the brush wet a little bit. Squeezing it out so we don't have, and shaking it once too, so there's very little water on it, because nice to try it out that way, see what kind of moisture level the soap wants, the soap needs. It's a hard soap, it's very hard. Maybe it's old because it's not manufactured anymore, or it's just a hard soap, I don't know. I don't see a lot of people using it. Who do I see? Gordon Christie, obviously. I think Frank Strömberg. Frank, you use it, don't you? So I don't even know if I'm loading very much. I'll put a bit of water onto the brush just to see if... Okay, there's foam. Just to make sure I'm loading something. Because sometimes that happens. That happens with a few brushes, that if you got them really dry and the soap is dry and haven't been, what do you call it? Soaked, bloomed, whatever, then you don't get a whole lot of soap onto the brush. But that should be enough. Yeah, really no scent. Interesting. I don't have a lot of unscented soap. I'm wondering if I have any. Well, I have the white Proraso, which is supposed to smell like white tea, and I get no scent out of it. So hopefully that's enough. Soap's on the face. Now turning the tap on and just painting a bit of water in. Just sort of a layer of water. We'll see what happens. Might not be enough soap. You never really can tell. Soap feels good on the skin though. It does. It doesn't explode into a foam, and that could be low level of soap content, or it's just the way the soap is. I don't particularly enjoy big lathers. I like them wet and quite dense, like quite a few straight razor shavers. So you saw I wasn't sure I had enough soap, and I painted quite a bit of water on. That's all gone into the soap now, so we're going to need another layer of water. Oh, this is a nice soap, I can tell already. It has this creamy quality. So I'm painting water in a little at a time, or actually, for the second time I'm applying quite a lot of water, and then just aggression again. Mixing it up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Small peaks, but only small. And once again, it goes quite dry. Small peaks. A lot of people would shave with that, and there's nothing wrong with that if you don't need a super wet lather. So playing around with the soap, it is the first time I use it, so I allow myself to play with it a bit, painting yet another pretty significant coating of water onto it, and then aggression. Aggressiva. Just mixing it in all over the place. Wow, that feels terrific. Starting to look ridiculously good. Now there is a danger. There is a possibility that the first time that you use a soap, well, I'll say I, because it's me. I pay a lot of attention. I concentrate on making a good lather. I play around with it. I spend more time with the soap, which generally soaps like, because then you really get the right consistency, right moisture content. You mix enough, and good soap will just thrive from that kind of attention. Look, super wet, and we'll do, what is it, the fourth or fifth time we beat it up. Look at that, look at those peaks, ha ha ha. So compared to, you know, a normal Tuesday shave sort of thing, whatever day it is, you treat the soap, the new soap, really well, like your new wife, right? Your fourth, or nah, stop dreaming, Johan. I'm okay with one. Mine's a good one. Mine's a keeper. I'd be exhausted. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So you get a good shave and you get a good lather because you pay so much attention to it, right? Beautiful. It's not quite white, it's off-white. Interesting. Soap is camel or sand. So then you think, oh, this soap is great. So you might fool yourself a bit, because you may get the same extraordinary thing with your everyday soap as well, if you just spend the time. I've been lathering this thing for like 8 minutes. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it seems to do the job as well. It's not only a pretty face on this soap. It does the job. And the job is keeping the skin slick. So that the razor glides effortlessly over it. You saw how much water I painted into that, and still, is it gonna fall off? Not shaking it, just using gravity, see if it falls off. Boom, shakalaka. There you go. You don't need your lather to do that. I just do it for kicks. But it really feels like a good soap. And it feels kind to the skin. I should have studied what's in it. I know there's no meat. It's a vegan, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's a vegetarian soap. Just learned today that a guy, it's always drier on the second pass. It'll happen, we'll just have to wait for it. A guy I met last week, boom. You know, when it comes off after a while, that's even more satisfying than if it falls straight off. A guy I met last week and you know, spend a bit of time with, dinner and so forth. Because I wine and dine my guys, apparently. Found out late last night he tested positive for the disease. No, not HIV. You know what you're thinking. For coronavirus. So I have no symptoms. I'm properly vaccinated and I feel nothing, but I still went and did a test. I don't know what it's called. There's so many different tests. The thing where they jack a tampon looking thing into your brain, wiggle it around, leave it for a while and then pull it out. Painful. So we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow I'll find out. But then I only met him, what is it, 5 days ago. So maybe, but can you see it anyway if the virus is in your, you know, before you have symptoms? I don't know enough. I'm scheduled, great first pass by the way, scheduled to go back to Stockholm on Wednesday for quite a few days, a bit of business and then a bit of fun on the weekend. But I can't if I've got the bloody C word disease. Okay, second pass. Lovely, 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 lovely. The leather always gets slightly more dry on the second pass. For me, you can make the skin more wet. Mine was only damp right now. You can add water too. You don't have to, but this, you know, this is good for another 2 passes without problem. But I'll do my usual 2-pass shave. Okay, see what it's like against the grain. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to shave, do the first pass essentially with the grain and the second pass essentially against the grain. This razor is so good. Sorry. and the soap just feels like a caress. Let's see if we got enough off. Yeah, I think we did. So sometimes when the razor's really sharp, you get enough soap off, so it's not slippery. Depends on how wet the soap is. So I'm talking about Wednesday. Today's Monday, so I'm recording this in advance because I just feel like doing a video because I got the soap and the thing, but I don't want to release 2 videos in a day, so I'll release it slightly later on in the week. We'll see when. Now, if you're a straight razor shaver usually, and you've shaved with safety razors for a few days, like I have, it's such a joy to get a really nice straight out. Nothing beats that. Feels like I hit a bump there. Let's see if it starts to bleed. Get the hands dry. See if we're good. Yeah, I think so. It's a little slippery, a little bit slippery. Here we go. When you go slow and you've got a good soap and a good razor, it's so nice. It really is. If you haven't tried or mastered, if you permit, a straight razor shave, you don't know what it's like. I'm sorry, guys and gals, if you haven't tried it. But then it doesn't give a closer shave. It doesn't give a better shave. It's just an amazing experience on a good day. It's not a better way of shaving than using a double edge, single edge, whatever razor. It isn't, and as I said, you don't get a better shave. But it's, you know, the experience, the zen-ity is not a word, but you know what I mean, hopefully. The zen in it is hard to beat, especially if you don't talk and record a video. Fantastic, really is. Really is. We'll put that down and rinse it later on and wipe it clean, because you've got to do that. Okay, so let's see what this feels like then. Feels good. It was a good shave. And the soap feels really good on the skin. Let's make an effort. See if we can read what's in it. Didn't I do that the other day? On hard shaving soap, sodium tallow. Oh, it isn't a vegan. It's a tallow soap. Forgive me. Sodium tallowate, agua, potassium, something, hard to read. Potassium stearate, of course, to get the foam. Sodium stearate, sodium cocoate, potassium cocoate, glycerin, palmatic acid. Oh, there you go. Stearic acid, cocos nucifera, and there's one thing with numbers on it. I can't read what it is, so I don't know what that is. But there you go. There you go. What a nice soap. Thank you, Gordon. Appreciate it. Get that out of the brush. Get a feel for it. See if it looks pretty. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, so pretty. It's so pretty and witty and wise. Come on. Come on, mister. This is not a musical. It ain't Sweeney Todd, is it? Okay, it's a wrap. Since it's unscented and I'm going to bed, but I still want a mild scent. I'm using an aftershave from the Obsessive Soap Perfectionist. This is Urban Viking. And it's inspired by Dior's Sauvage or something. I always forget. But it smells really good. It's a perfume I should get more acquainted with. So very nice. And before that gets too dry, I'm going to put on a bit of unscented again. 1, 2 squirts unscented aftershave balm from Zingari Man. Because it's cold outside today, and then my skin gets dry. So I want to make sure I moisturize properly. And before bed is good too, so the goodness eats into the skin and just makes me even prettier tomorrow. I'm so pretty, so... Okay, that's enough. Thanks for watching. See you soon and stay sharp.